What a privilege it is to be alive. If you're new here, my name's Jacob Living Good. I vlog on motorcycles, talk about personal and business development. I also run a couple of businesses. It's fun stuff. Dude, gratitude. I've made so many videos already. We're not even at 100 yet. Many of them have been focused around gratitude. It's necessary to loop back yet again, specifically because here's an interesting thing. This is a fact. When we're talking about personal development and business development, a lot of it, especially someone like me who's compartmentalizing my thoughts and then sharing my thinking processes online for the purpose of helping others grow and develop and understand, genuinely, really understand what the entrepreneurial process is like, not the glitz and glamour, sunshine and rainbows that all the people on the internet show you. Go, oh great my life is, it's freaking a dream, everything's so easy. And they're trying to sell you something. I'm actually real. I'm trying to teach you genuinely the trials, tribulations, and stuff, the mental burden that you go through in the path or process of becoming, based on the comments that I receive on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, everybody. It kind of is depressing to some people. They think I'm depressed. They're like, bro, I really hope you get better. It sounds like you're miserable. Wait a second, hold on. I think you've missed. I think you might have missed something. Or maybe I did sound depressed. I don't know. Here's the thing, man. You can be grateful, super enthusiastic and excited about your circumstances, where you're at in life, while not being complacent and lethargic in the fact that I'm already here, XYZ point, I'm good, I can let off the gas a little bit and relax. Two things can exist at the same time. That's just a fact. I'm grateful every day, very grateful. When I'm in meditation and I look back on my life and the trials and tribulations that I've already gone through, already seen myself out the other end of the situation, I cry. Gratitude tears, not sad tears, but tears because God really brought me through that. I'm in a better place now. That's awesome. I'm super, unbelievably grateful for the life that I have, the life that I'm building, the fact that every day I wake up, I get to actively chart the path towards my desirable aim. Like I'm well on the path of establishing my dreams into my physical 3D reality. At the same time, okay, two sides of the coin. At the same time, dude, I've got problems. You know, I hate saying I've got problems because it's not problems. How can I rephrase that? I have situations, systems, things that need to be resolved to continually grow and scale what I'm doing faster, more effectively, more productively. Take the burden of the clerical task load off of me and put it on someone else, or put it on an AI. Building systems. It's like a puzzle. I don't have problems. It's like a puzzle. I have a puzzle, the puzzle that is my life. I am solving the puzzle. Some days, solving the puzzle is menial and boring and sucks. It's kind of depressing and it's overwhelming. It feels like there's no end in sight. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. It's demoralizing too at the same time. What that does not mean that I'm not grateful for the life and process and journey that I'm in. That it's actually a joy and a blessing. It can be a joy and a blessing while having a hard day. You see what I'm saying? That's just what I'm saying. Two things can be true at the same time. As I speak through free form flowing thought, as I speak through the things that I'm going through in my life, and everybody wants to make it so black and white. Maybe it's just because the internet is a bunch of people that have never done anything with their life. They just like arguing. Like, everybody just wants to share their opinion, even though their opinion is not based in wisdom or experience at all. It's literally just based in stupid opinion of someone that's never done anything with their life. They want to argue about it. Perhaps it's that. Also, perhaps it's you don't understand nuance. It's black and white. There's no grayscale to fulfillment, gratitude, health, wealth, and happiness for you. which that's true, which for some of you it is, then you need to get a little bit more broad with your horizons. Even if you're living your absolute 100% aligned dream life, you're gonna wake up some days and something's gonna happen beyond your control that's not only an inconvenience, it's genuinely day ruining. You have a bad day. If you have a bad day while living your dream life, does that mean you hate your life and you're depressed and everything sucks? No. No, it doesn't. It means you had a character building day in the midst of a wonderful, abundant, beautiful life. That's never gonna not happen. Man, nuance to it, gratitude, and the belief in something more and better than today can coincide together. Even if it sounds contradictory or counterintuitive, they definitely can. I am grateful. I really am. I'm unbelievably grateful. My life's a dream. The whole personal finance thing, that always gets people up in arms. It's crazy because I wouldn't do that. You sound miserable. If you've got money but you won't spend it, you're miserable, bro. I wouldn't do that. It's like, dude, Alex Hormozy says it the best, bro. I absolutely love it. When someone criticizes you, it's really what they're saying is you live your life in a way I would not prefer. That's correct. That's a two-sided coin. Not only do I live my life in a way that you wouldn't prefer, you live your life in a way I wouldn't prefer. While you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're like, you can't spend $30 to go to dinner with your friend. I could. I choose not to because guess what? I would prefer to save my money for an investment. Just makes more sense for me. I've got 2 to 3 years of living expenses sitting in my bank account. I'm living judiciously so that I can invest, so that I can use that money to buy instruments of wealth creation, specifically real estate, so that I can have an optional job where I have enough cash flow positive coming in from the stuff that I own, my money making money, that I can do whatever I want because my lifestyle is baseline covered. The way that I'm living and building my life will get me there. The way that you're building and living your life, if you just live paycheck to paycheck and on a whim you're like, I'm gonna spend $50 on dinner with my friend, you're never gonna get there. You live your life in a way I don't prefer. I live my life in a way you wouldn't prefer. In my humble opinion, the way I live my life is far better than the way you live your life, objectively, because in 3 to 5 years I will be free from the financial matrix. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want, because I made a sacrifice for a season. You are going to be a slave in the financial matrix until you retire, and then you're going to rely on Social Security to be able to feed yourself until you die. What are we even talking about here, man? Objectively, there's a right way to live and a wrong way to live. I'm running the right formula. I'm telling you about it, and you're like, well, you sound like an idiot. If you have money, you should spend it. Or you know which one really pisses me off? Tomorrow's not promised. You need to live it up today. You need to spend your money today. Bro, so many comments said that on multi-platforms. Bro, do you know how much you're pissing me off? You're gonna piss me off, bro. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're saying because life's not promised tomorrow, you need to spend all your money today. Is that a reasonable model for pursuing life, through moving through life? Are you dumb? So if you don't die today, tomorrow you have no money whatsoever. Great method, bro. Absolutely genius. That's scary, dude. People really be living like that, actually. I get it, bro. I get why they say we're cattle. The Goyim are cattle, bro. Because you guys are, some people are just straight up sheep. Some people, low key, I'll be so for real, bro. The way you think, the way you operate and move through life, some people genuinely deserve to be enslaved, okay? You genuinely deserve to be in shackles of financial poverty. You deserve to be ruled over. You kind of like having a master. You don't want to turn your brain on. You don't want to use common sense. You want to just continue indulging in stupid crap and living beyond your means and just living for the next fake dopamine hit. So many people, bro. It's so sad, but I get it. I get why they think we're freaking cattle herd idiots. Because some of you are, bro. That's crazy. Be having conversations with people. Wait a second. Should I even argue with you and try to help you explain or understand my point? Or do you even have the mental capacity to even understand what we're talking about here, bro? Because maybe you don't. It's just the joys of doing the thing I'm doing. I'm trying to help you understand how I think and how I've become a winner so that you can become a winner too. If you don't want to do that, then so be it. Fine. I'm going to go get a lift. Back and by today. Let's go. Building the wings. Meat shield. Peace out. Love you guys. Post-lift-a-chino. Boom. That sounds really good. Still up to temp. Hear those little snap, crackle, and pops. Another thing, bro. Another thing. What is going on, man? I know what to talk about based on what gets the most points of contention. Dude, personal finance, when I talk about the way that I view personal finance, people go ballistic. And it's like, dude, every month I made $6K net profit. I am impoverished. I feel unbelievably poor. Every month I make less than 10K, I'm basically, it's poverty, bro. I get that that's maybe a little bit of higher market cap than most people are viewing. That's my floor. That's the floor. I'm trying to get to 100K a month net, $1 million. There is no limit. It's just your ability to execute, build systems, and make it happen. Every month I'm under 10K, I'm like, bro, I'm actually a slave. I'm impoverished. Maybe your sights aren't high enough. Now, another thing, when I'm like, dude, I have more than 20 grand, I've got over $100,000 in assets, no debt, I'm over here living. What if I could spend $300 in my 2-week period between my checks in discretionary spending, keep it lower than that so that I can be basically like, so if I'm gonna be impoverished, I might as well live like I'm really impoverished and stack a little bit of bread. People are like, you're a psychopath, bro. Live a little. Okay, bro, it just makes me so mad because you're an idiot. You're actually dumb. Think about this. You have a job and you don't like your job. You make XYZ amount of money. It doesn't matter. Percentages. I'm not going to talk about dollar amounts. I'm going to talk about percentages. You make percent of money, 100% of the money you make, then you spend 100% of the money you make to survive. That means you're stuck in the job. You have to have the job forever in order to sustain your livelihood. You get that means you're stuck in the matrix. I am employed. I'm unhappily employed. My paycheck, I got my paycheck on Wednesday. It's Friday morning currently. Got it Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I sent the entirety of my paycheck to my employee. My W-2 employee, my W-2 income just pays for my payroll. That's it. It's hilarious. My business income goes back into the business to keep growing the snowball, building systems, making me more money. I feel impoverished. I've done $3 million since I started doing business in 2018, and I feel impoverished because we're not playing the same game. You're like, well, I need to celebrate your accomplishments. Go spend the $30 on dinner with your homie. Like, no. I'm playing the decades game, and you're playing the weekend game, and the path, one leads somewhere that one other one doesn't. I would rather do what I'm doing, sacrifice for a little bit, and then also like self-discipline when it comes to financial responsibility and delayed gratification. Like, think about this, bro. This is the big hitter. Which like when people argue with me in the comments and they're like, that sounds like a really lame, miserable, depressing way to live. It's like, dude, it's not at all, okay? Let me explain. An opportunity presents itself. Hey, spend $50, $100 at this little dinner occasion, an hour, okay? Say no without any hesitation. But let's say I was to think about it, and then I thought about it, and I go, I'm not gonna do it, okay? Got to make that choice. I got to make the choice. I have the money, optionally chose not to spend the money, save the money, invest the money. That is a conscious decision that's been made. okay? You're living paycheck to paycheck because you're living beyond your means. You're not making conscious choices. You have to pay your expenditures. You have to feed yourself with something in order to survive. And at the end of the money, you've still got more month, okay? So you're not making conscious decisions going, you know, I could, but I don't want to. You are making decisions of, well, this is how much I've got left, so I have to spend it on this. I have to do this. Or worse, how am I going to get this small pittance to spread thin all the way across all these things that I needed to spread for? I've got to make X, Y, and Z amount of money last for 3 weeks, right? So stressful, bro. Like, I couldn't live like that. I would freaking freak out, bro. I would always be in fight or flight mode. I'd be in a panic constantly. To be in a space and place where I have the money that when my dream bike, literal dream spec, dream color, dream everything, comes up for sale while I'm just lowballing people on Facebook, and I find myself in the situation where I can buy it, I like being in the space and place where on a whim I can just drop multiple 5 figures on a motorcycle because I feel like it. If you are living paycheck to paycheck, you're not there. You can't do that. You're not making conscious decisions with your wealth and income, your financial affluence. You are sinking, trying to survive, and I am thriving, building an empire. So stop arguing with me. Look, if I met Elon Musk, I'm not going to argue with Elon Musk about physics, rocket science. Like, I don't have the technical understanding to even comprehend what is and is not right in that field. So why would I argue with him? That's crazy. If I meet Jeff Bezos, I'm not going to tell him how he needs to fix X, Y, and Z about his company because he's doing it wrong, okay? I'm not a trillionaire, okay? I'm not building. He's on a different level in life than I am, okay? If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're leaving dumb comments about how, well, you sound depressed and miserable, and if you have the 30, 50 bucks, you should just spend it. I'm telling you, you're an idiot. You're wrong. I'm right. If I were you, I would listen to me. Okay? I'm just saying, like, it's not that hard, honestly. And when I say it's a sacrifice for a season, like, oh, I have to say no to some things that I'd otherwise want, I'm not actually sacrificing anything or saying no to anything, okay? What I'm actually doing is I'm saying yes to the life that I want. You see what I'm saying? Sure, going out for all-you-can-eat sushi for 45, 50 bucks with my homies, it'll be pretty fulfilling, okay? It'll be nice, it'll be fun, we'll you know, goof around, make some jokes, have some laughs, eat some good food. Great. But guess what? Literally, and this is just gonna be misconstrued completely and be taken, it's gonna be clipped, and oh, I wouldn't want to live like that. When I said I have over $20,000 cash and no debt and over $100,000 in assets, that's all true. But at the same time, because of my plan and my vision board and my goals, I've set my goals and then I've worked backwards for what I have to do to chart the path daily today to get there. And my next 150 grand, the next $150,000 that I make is already spent. It's literally already all spent. It's all allocated already. I already have things to buy that literally are investments for my business to grow and scale to get to the goals that I want. So, okay, I have $20,000 cash in my bank account and no debt? Technically not. From the vantage point that I'm looking at, I actually have negative $130,000 in my bank account. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're gonna go, well, that's a dumb way to live. You're gonna work your whole life, try to make money, and you don't get to keep any of it. When you die, it stays here, bro. You see, this is why there's have-yots and have-nots, because most people are so dumb and they got their heads so far up their butt they can't figure out what's actually legit. This is called financial literacy. I am stacking capital and living frugally while I invest in things that are instruments of wealth creation to make me more money so that I don't have to have an occupational slaveship my whole life, and I can make the money that I earn make money instead of using money for lifestyle expenditures and having to keep being on that rat wheel cycle forever. The next 130 grand I make is already allocated. It's already spent. I have negative $130,000 in my bank account right now. See what I'm saying? No debt. I've got multiple 5 figures. But realistically, you know, I'm illiterate. And that's just called delayed gratification and sacrifice for a season. And some people are capable of that. Or are just not operating on the correct information. You just don't know what you don't know. It's as simple as that. So, take with that what you will. I love you. I hope you win the day, win the life, win the year. And check out some of my other videos if you do feel so inclined. Alright, peace out.